Marcus sat in the cockpit of his small ship. The stars outside looked like tiny diamonds in the black sky. He had traveled far from Earth to explore a strange new system. He wanted to find new resources and bring back something valuable for his people. But something was wrong. The ship was shaking, and warning lights blinked everywhere. "Not now," Marcus whispered. He worked quickly on the controls. The engine had stopped working. His heart beat faster. He tried to fix it, but it was no use. The ship was going down. The ship hit the surface of the strange planet hard. Dust and rocks flew into the air. Marcus felt the impact in his bones. He took a deep breath and opened the door. The air outside was thick but breathable. The planet was covered in red sand and tall, strange trees. The sky was purple, with two suns shining far away. Marcus checked his tools and his small backpack. He needed to find parts to fix his ship. He hoped someone lived here who could help. But the planet seemed empty. He started to walk, feeling the soft sand under his boots. Hours passed. Marcus found no signs of life. The planet was quiet. The wind made soft sounds in the trees. Suddenly, he heard a noise. It was not from any animal he knew. It was a soft, strange voice. He followed the sound and found a woman sitting by a small fire. She was unlike anyone Marcus had ever seen. Her skin was smooth and pale blue, and her eyes were bright like stars. Her hair was long and silver. She looked at Marcus with calm, curious eyes. "Hello," Marcus said carefully. "I did not expect to find anyone here." The woman smiled softly. "I'm Alara," she said in a clear voice. "You are far from home, human." Marcus nodded. "My ship broke. I need parts to fix it. Do you know this place well?" Alara stood and looked at the sky. "This planet is called Varelia. It is peaceful but full of hidden dangers." Marcus felt a chill. Hidden dangers? Like what? Before Alara could answer, a loud growl came from the bushes. A large creature, with sharp teeth and glowing eyes appeared. Marcus froze. The creature moved closer with slow, heavy steps. Alara raised her hand, and a soft light came from her palm. The creature stopped and growled again, but it did not attack. It seemed to respect Alara. Marcus breathed out slowly. "That was close." Alara smiled. "You are brave to come here alone." Marcus looked at her. "I guess I had no choice." He helped her gather wood to make the fire stronger. They sat together, sharing warmth and stories. Marcus told her about Earth and his mission. Alara spoke about her people, the Starborn, who lived quietly on this planet. They were known for their wisdom and advanced technology. As night fell, Marcus felt tired but safe. He looked at Alara and said with a small smile, "You owe me for saving you." Alara looked surprised. Then she laughed softly. "A debt is a heavy thing among the Starborn, but I will remember your words." Marcus felt a strange connection to her. He wondered what this debt would mean. He did not know that this simple sentence would change everything. The next morning, Marcus woke to the soft light of Varelia's twin suns. The sky was a gentle purple blue, and the air smelled fresh, like rain before a storm. He sat by the small fire still warm from last night. Alara was already awake, her silver hair glowing softly in the morning light. "You sleep well?" she asked with a calm voice. Marcus smiled. "Better than I expected. This planet is strange but beautiful." Alara nodded. "Varelia has its dangers, but also its wonders." Marcus packed his tools and looked around. "I have to find parts for my ship today. The longer I stay, the harder it will be to leave." Alara stood and stretched. "I will go with you. This land is not safe alone." Marcus hesitated, but then agreed. Together, they walked away from the small fire and deeper into the forest. The trees were tall and strange, their leaves shining like glass. Bright flowers grew on the ground, and colorful birds flew high in the sky. As they moved, Alara told Marcus more about her people. "The Starborn have lived here for many centuries. We value peace and knowledge. We rarely meet outsiders." Marcus listened carefully. "Why did you help me then? You could have left me alone." Alara looked at him, her eyes serious. "Because you helped me first. You saved me from the wild dogs that came at night." Marcus remembered the night before. He had fought off those strange animals without knowing what they were. I didn't think about it as a favor back then. Alara smiled softly. In our culture, debts are sacred. They must be returned. They walked in silence for a while. Then, suddenly, a loud noise broke the peace. Marcus stopped and held up his hand. Alara looked tense too. A group of strange creatures appeared ahead. They were tall and strong, wearing dark armor that shined in the sunlight. Their faces were hidden behind helmets. Marcus did not know who they were, but they looked dangerous. Alara stepped forward calmly. They are the Varkans, she said quietly. They want to control this planet and its resources. Marcus felt his heart race. We have to get out of here. Alara nodded but did not move. No, we must face them. They threaten the peace we have fought to keep. Marcus was unsure, but he trusted Alara. She seemed fearless. The Varkans stopped when they saw Alara. Their leader spoke in a harsh voice. Starburn, you hide here and protect these weaklings. But your time is over. Alara raised her hand again. A soft light appeared, shining like a small sun. The Varkans stepped back, but their leader laughed. You think your light can stop? Marcus felt a strange power in Alara's light. It was calm but strong. It made the air around them warm and bright. Suddenly, one of the Varkans charged forward. Marcus reacted quickly. He picked up a fallen branch and stood beside Alara, ready to help. The fight was quick but intense. Alara's light pushed the Varkans back, and Marcus's quick thinking helped protect them both. The Varkans retreated. Disappearing into the forest, Marcus breathed heavily. That was close. Alara looked at him with respect. You fought well. Marcus smiled. I owe you for saving me last night, but today, you saved me. Alara's eyes softened. Then the debt grows. We owe each other now. They continued their journey, moving more carefully. Soon, they found an old Starburn ruin. It was full of broken machines and strange tools. Marcus's eyes lit up. This is perfect. I can find parts here. Alara watched him work. You have a skill with machines. It is rare among my people. Marcus smiled modestly. I like to fix things. It keeps me busy and hopeful. Hours passed. Marcus found what he needed to repair his ship. As he packed the parts, he felt grateful for Alara's help. Without her, he would not have survived here. Alara sat beside him. The Starburn have many secrets. Maybe one day you will learn them all. Marcus looked at her. I would like that. As the suns began to set, casting long shadows over the red sand, Marcus and Alara made camp again. They shared food and stories, feeling a quiet bond growing between them. Marcus thought about the debt he had mentioned the night before. It was no longer just a joke. It was something real, something that connected him to this mysterious woman and her people. Alara looked at the stars and said softly, sometimes debts bring more than just favors. They bring friendship. Marcus nodded. He did not know what the future held, but for the first time since he arrived on Varelia, he felt hope. The morning sun rose slowly over the red sands of Varelia. Marcus woke with a feeling of excitement mixed with worry. His ship was still broken, but now he had hope. With Alara's help, he might fix it soon. But the planet held many secrets, and he was about to learn one of the biggest. Alara was already awake, sitting quietly by the small fire. She looked at Marcus and smiled gently. Today, I will show you something important. Marcus stood and stretched. What is it? Alara stood too and began to walk toward the forest. Come, it is time you see more of the Starburn. Marcus followed her through the strange trees. The air was cooler under the thick leaves. Birds with colorful feathers sang above them. The forest was alive and full of energy. After a while, they reached a clearing. In the center stood a large structure made of shining metal and glass. It looked like a building, but also like a living thing. Lights flickered inside, and strange symbols glowed softly on the walls. This is the heart of Varelia, Alara said. It is the center of our people's knowledge and power. Marcus stared in awe. It is beautiful. But what does it do? Alara led him inside. The air smelled fresh and clean. The walls showed images of stars, planets, and strange machines. It was like walking inside a dream. The heart is more than a library, Alara explained. It is alive. It holds the memories and wisdom of the Starborn. When you are ready, it can share these secrets with you. Marcus was curious. Can it help me fix my ship? Alara smiled. Yes, and much more. They walked deeper into the building. Suddenly, a soft voice spoke. Welcome, Alara, and guest. Marcus looked around, surprised. Who said that? Alara nodded at a glowing orb in the center of the room. This is the core. It is the mind of the heart. Marcus took a step closer. It talks. Yes, it listens and learns. It is the guide of our people. The core's light changed colors, and images appeared in the air. Marcus saw planets he had never heard of and machines beyond his understanding. He felt small but curious. Alara touched the core, and a gentle light surrounded her. I will share with you what you need, but you must promise to respect our ways. Marcus nodded quickly. I promise. The core showed Marcus a vision of a large ship like his own, but powered by strange energy. It was clean, fast, and almost alive. This is the future of space travel, the core said. But only those who understand balance and respect can use this power. Marcus watched, amazed. How do I learn? Alara smiled. By working together. The Starborn and humans have much to teach each other. Marcus felt a new sense of purpose. His mission was no longer just about fixing his ship. It was about building a bridge between two worlds. Suddenly, the building trembled. Lights flickered, and alarms sounded. Alara's face grew serious. The Varkans have found us. Marcus's heart raced. We need to protect the heart. Alara took his hand. We will. Together. They ran through the corridors, alerting the Starborn outside. Marcus saw the dark figures of the Varkans approaching. They carried weapons that looked dangerous. And strange, Alara raised her hand, and the heart glowed brighter. A shield of light appeared around the building. The Varkans tried to break through, but the shield held strong. Marcus looked at Alara. How long can this last? She shook her head. Not forever. We must find another way. Marcus thought quickly. Maybe I can help. My ship's technology might work with the heart's power. Alara's eyes shone with hope. If we combine forces, we might drive the Varkans away. They worked quickly, using the parts Marcus found and the heart's energy. The shield grew stronger, and the Varkans retreated for now. After the battle, Marcus and Alara stood outside the heart. The stars twinkled above, calm and bright. Marcus looked at Alara. I never imagined I would fight like this on another planet. Alara smiled softly. You are more than a visitor now. You are part of our story. Marcus felt proud but also humble. The Starborn had shared their secrets, but they also trusted him. As night fell, Marcus thought about the debt they owed each other. It was no longer just words. It was a promise of friendship and hope for the future. The night on Varelia was quiet, but Marcus felt the weight of what had happened. The Varkans had attacked the heart, trying to take the Starborn's knowledge and power. Marcus knew this was only the beginning. If the Varkans returned stronger, the whole planet could be lost. Alara sat beside him near the small fire. Her silver hair shone under the twin moons. You fought well today, she said softly. Marcus looked at her and nodded. I only did what I had to do. Alara smiled. That is the spirit of the Starborn. Marcus stared into the flames. I want to help your people, but I am just one man. And this place is so different from Earth. Alara's eyes were serious. Trust is hard, Marcus. Our people have learned to be careful with outsiders. Marcus looked at her. I understand, but you trusted me. Alara nodded slowly. Because you showed respect and courage. That is rare. The next morning, Marcus and Alara met with the Starborn leaders. They were tall, calm beings with soft blue skin and bright eyes. Their presence was peaceful but strong. The leader, a woman named Sora, spoke with a clear voice. Marcus, your rival has changed many things. The Varkans threaten our home, and your technology might be the key to saving it. Marcus felt nervous but ready. I will do whatever I can. Sora looked at Alara. She believes in you. We must test your skills and your heart. Marcus knew this was a challenge. He had to prove he was more than just a visitor. He had to become part of their community. The test was simple but difficult. Marcus had to fix a starborn machine that controlled the planet's energy flow. It was old and complicated, and many had failed before. Marcus worked carefully. He studied the machine's parts and symbols. His hands moved with skill and patience. Alara watched him quietly, her trust growing. After hours of work, Marcus found the problem. A broken circuit blocked the energy. He repaired it using parts from his ship and some starborn materials. The machine hummed to life. The energy flowed smoothly again, lighting up the heart and the surrounding forest. The leaders smiled. "You have done well," Sora said. "You have passed the test." Marcus felt relief and pride. He looked at Alara. "Thank you for believing in me." Alara smiled warmly. "We owe each other. Now, we must prepare for what comes next." Days passed. Marcus learned more about the starborn way of life. He trained with their warriors and studied their history. He shared stories about Earth and human life. Alara and Marcus grew closer. They trusted each other like friends who had known each other for years. One afternoon, while they practiced with light weapons, Alara stopped and looked serious. "The Varkans will return soon, stronger and more prepared." Marcus nodded. "We need a plan." Alara touched his arm gently. "Together, we can face anything." That evening, they gathered the starborn warriors. Marcus explained how human technology could be combined with starborn power. The warriors listened with respect and hope. They prepared weapons and defenses, ready to protect their home. Marcus felt proud to stand beside Alara and her people. As the twin suns set, Marcus thought about the debt that had brought them together. It was no longer about favors. It was about trust, friendship, and a shared fight for survival. He looked at Alara and said quietly, "I don't feel like an outsider anymore." Alara smiled softly. "You never were." The days passed quickly on Varelia. Marcus trained harder with the starborn warriors and learned more about their culture. He realized that the starborn were not just peaceful, they were strong and wise. Their calm came from experience, and their strength came from unity. One morning, Marcus and Alara walked through the forest near the heart. The light from the twin suns filtered through the tall trees, making everything glow. Marcus felt a quiet happiness. He had found friends on this strange planet. Suddenly, Alara stopped and looked at the sky. "Look," she said softly. Marcus looked up and saw a small group of ships flying fast through the purple sky. They were not Varkans, but another group of aliens. They looked curious and cautious. Alara frowned. "They are not friends, but they might help us." Marcus raised an eyebrow. "How can strangers help us fight the Varkans?" Alara explained. "There are many groups in this galaxy. Some do not like the Varkans either. If we speak to them, they might join our fight." Marcus nodded. "Then we should try." They followed the ships to a clearing where the aliens had landed. The aliens were tall with green skin and large eyes. They looked at Marcus and Alara with interest but no hostility. Alara stepped forward and spoke carefully in their language. After a moment, one of the green-skinned aliens replied. Marcus listened as the conversation continued. Soon, the aliens agreed to meet in the heart. Later, Marcus stood beside Alara as the starborn leaders and the new aliens gathered. Marcus explained how the Varkans were a threat to all. He spoke about trust and the need for allies. The green-skinned leader, named Taro, nodded. "Our people have suffered from the Varkans too. We will join you." The room filled with hope. Marcus felt proud to be part of this alliance. The next days were busy. The starborn and their new allies worked together, sharing knowledge and preparing for the fight. Marcus showed how to improve their weapons with human technology. The green-skinned aliens shared their own skills in strategy and defense. Marcus and Alara spent long hours planning and training. Their bond grew stronger. They trusted each other not just as friends but as partners. One evening, as the twin suns set, Alara looked at Marcus. "This alliance is our best chance. But the Varkans will not wait. Marcus nodded. We are ready. Suddenly, alarms rang through the heart. The Varkans had arrived, faster and larger than before. The final battle was beginning. Marcus took a deep breath and stood with Alara and their new allies. The starborn warriors prepared their weapons. The air was tense but full of determination. The Varkans charged, shouting and firing their strange weapons. The alliance stood firm. Light and energy filled the battlefield. Marcus used his quick mind and human skills to lead the defense. Alara's power and the strength of the starborn and their allies made a strong force. The fight was long and difficult. Marcus saw bravery in every warrior's eyes. The bond between humans, starborn, and green-skinned aliens grew with every moment. At one point, Marcus found himself face to face with a Varkan leader. The man was strong and cruel. Marcus fought with all his strength, using every skill he had learned. Just when Marcus was about to lose, Alara appeared, shining with bright light. Together, they pushed the enemy back. The Varkans finally retreated. Defeated for now, the Alliance had won the day. Marcus looked at Alara with a tired smile. We did it, Alara smiled back. Together, the leaders gathered again. Sora, the starborn leader, spoke to Marcus. You have brought more than strength. You have brought hope and friendship. Marcus felt proud but humble. He thought about the dead he had joked about when they first met. Now, it meant something deeper. Elara came close and said softly, we owe each other, Marcus. Not because of debts, but because we chose to stand together. Marcus nodded. He knew their story was just beginning. The victory against the Varkans was a bright moment for the Alliance. Marcus, Alara, and their new friends celebrated together. The starborn shared their stories, and the green-skinned allies showed their customs. Marcus felt like he belonged in this group, but deep inside, Marcus knew the peace would not last long. The Varkans had retreated, but their power was strong, and they would come back. He could feel a shadow growing on Varelia. One morning, as Marcus and Alara walked near the heart, the calm air was broken by a strange noise, a soft humming sound like a warning. Alara's face grew serious. The heart senses something. She said, we must investigate. They moved quickly toward the glowing building. The core's light flickered oddly. Marcus could feel the power changing. Inside the heart, the core spoke in a quiet voice. A hidden threat approaches, not from the Varkans, but from within. Marcus frowned. What does that mean? Alara looked worried. It means someone or something here is dangerous, a secret enemy. Marcus and Alara searched the heart for answers. They found signs of tampering, strange marks on the walls, and hidden devices. Someone had tried to weaken the heart from the inside. We must find who did this, Alara said firmly. The starborn leaders gathered again. Marcus spoke honestly. We need to trust each other more than ever. The danger is closer than we thought. Sora nodded. The enemy could be anyone. We must watch carefully. Marcus and Alara decided to work together to protect the heart. They set traps and watches. The green-skinned allies helped, using their own skills to find clues. Days passed. Without clear answers, Marcus felt restless. He thought about the debt and trust that had brought them together. Trust was the strongest weapon now. One night, while Marcus was on watch, he saw a shadow moving near the heart. He followed quietly and found a hidden cave under the forest. Inside the cave, Marcus discovered a small group of creatures. They were different from the Varkans or the starborn. Their skin was dark and rough, and their eyes shone red in the dark. Marcus realized these creatures were working with the Varkans. They had been hiding and planning to destroy the heart from inside. Marcus quickly returned to warn Alara and the leaders. They planned a careful attack to stop the hidden threat. When the creatures tried to attack the heart again, the Alliance was ready. The starborn light, the human technology, and the green-skinned warriors worked as one. The battle was fierce, but this time the hidden enemy was caught and defeated. Marcus felt relief but knew the fight was not over. Alara stood beside him after the battle. You have done well, Marcus. Your courage and heart have saved us. Marcus looked at her, feeling stronger than ever. We all save each other. The Starborn leaders agreed that Marcus was no longer a guest, but a true protector of Varelia. The alliance was stronger because of him. As the twin suns set once again, Marcus thought about the journey he had taken, from a stranger lost on a strange planet to a hero who had changed the world. Elara smiled and said softly, "Our story is far from over, but with trust and friendship, we will face whatever comes next." Marcus nodded. He was ready for the future, knowing that debts were not about favors, but about bonds that hold people together. The twin suns of Varelia rose slowly, casting golden light over the red sands and glowing trees. Marcus stood beside Elara near the heart. The battle was over, but the future still awaited them. The peace they had fought so hard for was fragile, yet full of promise. Marcus looked at the Starborn and their new allies gathering round. They were tired but strong. Their faces showed relief and hope. The Varkans and the hidden creatures were defeated, but the Alliance knew their world had changed forever. Elara turned to Marcus with a gentle smile. "You have become more than a friend. You are part of our people." Marcus felt a warmth in his heart. He had never imagined that his journey would bring him here on a distant planet, among strangers who had become family. "I owe you everything," Marcus said quietly. Elara shook her head. "We owe each other. Your courage and kindness saved us all." The leaders of the Starborn and the green-skinned allies met once more. They spoke of rebuilding and growing stronger. They planned to share their knowledge and protect Varelia together. Marcus listened, feeling proud to be included. As the days passed, Marcus worked on repairing his ship, but this time, his goal was different. He did not want to leave Varelia quickly. He wanted to learn more, to help build a better future. One afternoon, Marcus and Elara explored the forest. The strange trees shimmered in the sunlight. Birds sang sweet songs. Marcus felt peace like never before. Elara spoke softly. "Varelia is healing, just like we are. Your rival brought change, but also hope." Marcus smiled. "I never thought I could find a home so far from Earth." Elara looked at him with kindness. "Home is where we choose to belong." Later that evening, near the heart, Marcus and Elara stood side by side. The stars twinkled above, and the air was calm. Marcus felt a deep connection with this place and the people in it. He thought about the first night when he told Elara, "You owe me." Now he understood that the debt they spoke of was not about favors. It was about trust, respect, and friendship. Elara looked at him and said quietly, "The debt is paid, Marcus." "But the journey continues." Marcus nodded. He was ready for whatever the future held. The alliance was strong, and together they would protect Varelia, the Starborn. The green-skinned allies, and Marcus the man from Earth stood united. As the twin suns set once more, Marcus felt hope and courage. He knew that he had found something more valuable than anything else, a family, and a purpose beyond himself. And so, a new chapter began on Varelia, a chapter of peace, friendship, and endless possibilities.